My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Jesus, today in Holy Week, you bring us to the house of Martha and Mary and Lazarus at Bethany. And we're invited with you into this family home, into this intimate, friendly encounter, 6 days before the Passover. And it's completely different from what we celebrated yesterday, that triumphal entry into Jerusalem, where people were lining the streets, where they were throwing down palms and their cloaks and shouting, Hosanna in the highest. There's none of that in this scene today. There is just a warm family home that you knew very well. And you bring us with you in order that we can see the preparations that are made for Passover, the preparations that are made in incredible and exquisite love for you. So we really want to pray that in this Holy Week that we will fully enter in to all of these preparations, so that when we come to celebrate the great feast of Easter, beginning on Thursday, that we are ready, with lots of love in our hearts. And we see a beautiful gesture today in the Gospel, because this family home that you knew so well, a place where you were so comfortable, a place where you had come also to console two sisters at the untimely death of their brother, and then you transformed that sorrow into incredible joy after you raised Lazarus from the dead. And all of the happiness and the joy that's in this family home unfortunately sours by the end of the scene because of the weakness of humanity and sinfulness. And so we see not only the beauty of this encounter, but also how much we need you, Jesus, to fix the messes that we make. And we're conscious that this is a preparation for your suffering and death. And there is an incredible gesture that is poured literally upon your feet by Mary. She brings a pound of very costly ointment, pure nard, and anoints your feet. Now there's nard and then there's pure nard, and this is very costly indeed. And we just take a moment to savor this incredible gesture, this precious oil poured lavishly upon your feet. And we have the reaction of Judas, who we know is the one who betrays you. And his first thought in this was, why wasn't this oil sold? What's the monetary value of it? And John's Gospel happily tells us this because it's in the mouth of Judas, 300 denarii. So if we take a denarius to be a labourer's daily wage, multiply that by 300. So we're talking in modern day money, thousands of pounds at least, or euros or dollars worth of oil. This was something clearly very precious. And Mary must have conserved this for this occasion. We see this portrait just in John's Gospel today, so we don't want to race ahead and think of how this is depicted in some of the other Gospels. We just want to stick with what John wants to show us. The lavishness of this gift, pouring out the oil upon the feet of the Lord. And then using her hair to wipe the feet. Such intimacy, such deep connection between Mary and between you, Jesus. Now, throughout the whole of the Holy Land, you can get these little souvenirs that are related to the things of the Gospel. So you can find little grains of incense or little vials of ground from the Holy Land. And also, in great abundance, you can buy nard. Now, I hazard a guess that it's not quite the same quality as this pure nard with which Mary anointed your feet, Lord. But you can find this nard in various little containers or huge vats, whatever takes your fancy. And I remember the first time that I came across nard in one of these shops, I was very curious as to what it would smell like. Nard is not something that I'm particularly familiar with. So I took this little bottle of pure nard and unscrewed it. As soon as I unscrewed the bottle, the perfume hit my nose. It really was very pungent. And I imagine with pure nard, very costly nard, even more so. And my first thought was, well, this is pretty nice. And as I was screwing the cap back on, I didn't buy it, but I screwed the cap back on, put it back on the shelf, a little bit of the residue of the nard remained on my fingers. And for pretty much the rest of the day, I could smell that nard. And that was just from the smallest amount that had accidentally touched my fingers from putting on the cap of the bottle again. So you can imagine in this scene in the gospel, pouring 300 denarii worth of ointment onto the feet of you, Lord, must have filled the house with such a beautiful scent. There mustn't have been a single corner of that house that didn't, in some sense, reflect the beauty of that smell, which reflects the beauty of the encounter. And it's incredible then to think that Judas was thinking about the money. He wasn't thinking about the smell or how beautiful it was that Mary had chosen to give this extremely costly and generous gift to the Lord. And that it's poured upon the feet rather than given to put behind the ears or wherever we might put aftershave or perfume, but just kind of thrown upon the feet. But it's sad, isn't it, that Judas, he just didn't see that. His heart was obviously not in that room. And his heart was not there to savor the beautiful things of the Lord. And look, this can happen to us too. You know, whenever we get excessively caught up at times with material details that really are not bringing us closer to the Lord. Or we could be in a bad mood, let's say, and you're out at a dinner and all you can think of is that other thing. Doesn't really matter what the people around us are saying. We certainly can't enter into their joy because there's something at the back of our mind. And that's Judas. That's the sadness of this encounter. You have one that's literally pouring forth everything that she has, lavishly, upon the feet of the Lord. And the other, whose heart is just not there at all. And this whole scene ends up kind of tragically with the authorities deciding that Lazarus must die as well. So the beauty and the intimacy of this encounter are wasted on those who do not give their hearts to you. I'm sure Lazarus and I'm sure Martha appreciated this extravagant gesture on the part of their sister. So where is our heart? Are we with you, Jesus? Are we with our brothers and sisters in their desire to get closer to you? Or are our hearts elsewhere? Do we need to purify our hearts on this Monday of Holy Week in order that we can get closer to you, that we can sense the beauty of what's happening in your gift to us? I remember a friend of mine a few years ago gave a diamond ring in the shrine of Fatima because she wanted to give this gift to Our Lady. Now, at first I thought she was mad. I thought that's crazy to give something so precious and so valuable. But then I appreciated the love with which it was given. And if we can offer a material thing and it costs us, then how much more can we offer our hearts? How much more can we offer our lives for your service? That we would be the aroma pleasing to you. Help us, Lord Jesus, in this Holy Week to get closer to you, to have hearts that are with you, hearts that can appreciate the aroma of your presence, in order that we would become that lavish gift in your service. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me during this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.